Hello to anyone watching this. This is my YouTube channel, Dawn of War, 40K YouTube channel. And this video will be part of an ongoing sort of playlist of videos covering the pre-orders that come out every week. So I'll try and do one every week, either Sunday night or Monday morning, something like that. Just covering what pre-orders have been announced for the relevant week. Every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. UK time, Games Workshop release an article on the Warcom website, which previews all of the products that will go on to pre-order the following Saturday. These days, Games Workshop seem to have a 2-week pre-order window. It used to be 1 week, and only 2 weeks for like really special things like launch editions and things. But yeah, it seems to be 2 weeks for everything these days. So no idea why, but that's the way it is. So let's have a look at this article that came out yesterday, which was the 1st of June. And I think I haven't read it yet, but I think it's like a fairly short. So we'll just go through and read, and I'll give my thoughts on the products coming out for pre-order this Saturday. So Sunday preview, Chaos Knights crush the competition. Okay. Chaos Knights are on the rampage, and they have a whole new kind of knight with which to terrorize the battlefield. If you're feeling like taking refuge in the Age of Darkness, then you're out of luck there too, as the latest compilation of Horus Heresy stories arrives with a fantastic special edition. So quite a light week this week, I would think. The Space Wolves box set is released this Saturday, and also the Armageddon book, and the new chapter approved gaming cards and objective markers, things like that. So it's quite a big week this weekend for releases. So that sort of makes sense that next weekend will be or in 2 weekends time will be a smaller release set of releases. So it looks like it's just the Chaos Knights that are coming out with their codex, and I think maybe just one new model. I'm a bit surprised that they haven't done the Imperial Knights and the Chaos Knights together. I'm not really sure why, because I don't think the Imperial Knights have had their codex either. So, but for whatever reason, we're just getting the Chaos Knights. That I think is new artwork, is a new cover for the Chaos Knights codex. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that in the comments, but I think it is, because I don't think I've ever seen that picture before. It's quite nice. But yeah. Whereas the Age of Sigmar battle tomes, the artwork for them has been absolutely awful for this edition, really sort of cartoony. I think 40K has maintained the standard with the cover art of the codexes quite nicely, and this is of a piece with the rest of them. So let's go through. Sound the war horns and strike primal terror into the hearts of mortal men with the towering mockeries of honour and chivalry known as the Chaos Knights. Enormous combat walkers turned to the worship of chaos by their duplicitous pilots. Codex Chaos Knights contains brand new rules and detachments for your army, including the new Knight Ruinator variant. He will ruin your day, the Ruinator. The names are getting more and more ridiculous by Games Workshop, but as long as it's a made-up word that they can trademark, then all good. Along with extensive background lore about their turncoat houses and loads of gorgeous miniature photography. Alongside the regular codex, a premium collector's edition will be available, singling out the true nobles from the war dogs, featuring beautiful alternate artwork, green foil on the front, back and page edges, and a black ribbon page marker. This edition is available while stocks last. Yeah, and it'll be quite expensive. The price of codexes now, you're looking at sort of mid-30s, £33, something like that, probably £40. Do you know what? Let's have a look actually, just while I'm here. Games Workshop. Let's have a look at the price of a codex. Well, there we go. £37 seems to be the price of like the full codexes. Supplements are a bit less. Yeah, £37. Absurd amount of money really for a rule book, which wouldn't say it should be free, but maybe the rules should be free. So, you know, a limited edition one, I don't know what they cost these days, but at least £50, at least I would think. The issue with that is that there's a new edition coming out in just over a year's time, so the book's only going to be useful, really, you would think, for 12 months. And the rules change all the time, so it's probably going to be out of date to a certain extent pretty soon after you buy it. So I don't know. I mean, I say this, but I've got absolutely loads of codexes from sort of 7th edition onwards, including some of the limited editions. So it depends what you buy the books for. If you just like it as a piece of art and enjoy the background and the story, etc., then great. But if you're buying it as a rule book, then you know you just get the standard edition. Particularly if you're going to take it to games and tournaments, and people are going to knock drinks on it, and you're going to drop it and tear pages, etc. So, I imagine they will sell out of the limited edition almost instantly, like they do with everything limited that Games Workshop seem to produce. So the Knight Ruinator looks pretty cool. Big sort of drill thing. It's almost like a mining drill. Obviously a melee weapon, I would think, and then this huge, whatever the hell that is, plasma, I don't know, some massive weapon, and it quite a cool sort of chaosy face there. I wonder if he's got a tail as well. Can't see from there. Take the fight to the corpse worshippers with a new close range variant for the mighty Questorus Knight, the Knight Ruinator. Grind your prey to paste with a monstrous fellbore, right? So that's the mining thing, the fellbore. Roast them alive with the cursed flames of the dark flame lance. Oh, it's a big flamer, okay. A dark flame lance. And pulverize their morale with a battery of Terrapulse missiles. Where are they? There, okay, Terrapulse missiles, wow. It's a complete morale-busting package. Wallet busting, I imagine, as well, because this model will be well over £100, I would think. Some nice different assembly options there, and different paint schemes. I really like this guy with the whole sort of whip tentacle arm thing. He's got, just looks like a Volkite weapon. Quite like that sort of axe thing or whatever it is as well. Cool. If you're into knights, I think you'd probably be quite happy with that. The kit is the new core Questorus Knight box for Chaos Knight armies, and as such comes with all the parts to make the other variants too. The Knight Desecrator, Knight Rampager, and Knight Abominant. It also comes with a sheet of 339 Chaos Knights transfers featuring livery from many of the most notorious houses. So that's quite nice. So you can, if you know your lore about the different Knights houses, the sort of famous ones anyway, and you want to paint yours up in those colours, you've got the transfers as well. So that's nice. Battle Force Hound Pack Lance. Now a lance of knights is like a battalion or a unit of knights, as far as I understand it. So this is a lance. It's like a collective noun for a load of knights. These are the little ones, the war dogs, which are the sort of the smaller knight variants. And this is obviously a new box set then. So new box set with just 7 knights in. That's odd. I don't think I've seen them do that before. The new Codex Chaos Knights contains a detachment specially designed to represent a roving band of vicious war dogs who operate without a larger master's supervision, and the Houndpack Lance Battle Force is the perfect way to get just such an army started. Started or totally the army? So how many is that then? How many do you need? Because if it's like 10 for a lance, and you have to buy, that means you have to buy 2 boxes. So it's either 7, which is good, or 14, and then you have to buy 2 of them. So I don't know how many points a war dog is. You know what? If I had my phone, hang on a sec. Let's check this. Oh, I bet I can't check it because I don't own the codex, of course, do I? So can I even put together an army? Let's have a look. Knights. Titan Legions we've got on the app. I'm just looking at the list building app thing here, which I do like actually. Right, okay, we've got Titan Legions here, which are that must be like the Knights Army. Imperial Knights, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, so I don't have Chaos Knights, can't see it on the app here, but an Armiger Warglaive, which I think is sort of the Imperial version of the War Dog here, is like 140 points, or the Armiger Helverin is 130 points. So if that's the same with these, then yeah, maybe you need 2 boxes of this for a 2,000 point army. Okay, so that's probably not going to be that cheap, but then again, a Knight's Army is not going to be cheap anyway. Oh, Chaos Titan Legions, it's going to be that. Okay, I didn't see that on the app there, but it is on the app. Obviously, the new codex isn't on the app yet. That will be going live in 2 weeks' time, nearly 3 weeks' time. But yeah, a War Dog Brigand, or a War Dog Executioner. I'm not sure what the difference is. Probably one's ranged and one's melee, but they're, yeah, War Dog Executioner 130 points. War Dog Brigand is 165. I think that's a War Dog Brigand there. Sorry, I must apologise because my knowledge of knights, I'm honestly, I'm not interested in knights, and it's not an army I will ever collect. And I can't say that about many 40k armies. It's just not my thing. So although I have some of the past codexes, it's just not something I've really looked at or played against much. And my knowledge of knights is pretty lacking, I would say. But it would seem maybe 2 of these Battle Force boxes would get you a full 2,000 point army, and it looks like there's a detachment in the new codex that will let you literally run about 15 of these things. Might be quite fun actually, quite a fun game to play. So they're coming out, the new codex, and then the data sheets coming out with it, of course. Personally, I wouldn't buy the data sheets because, unless you really want them, just because the app is really useful. It's quick. I find it quicker to use during a game because you have all your loadout for your weapons right there. I find it just as quicker than using the cards. And as I say, the cards sometimes change, whereas the app is always kept updated. Dice, I can't really see what these are. I mean, it's not the best picture of the dice, is it? I mean, there's a picture of them in the box. So not really a colour combination I'm a big fan of, so I wouldn't buy those unless I was like a die-hard Chaos Knight player, I suppose, which I'm not. Too busy stomping on Imperial citizens to read your rules. This pack of 12 datasheet cards for Chaos Knight armies will keep you in the fray. Pair them with a pack of 16 dice. That's 16 dice. What a perfect number, because everybody rolls 16 dice at all times, don't they? No. Generally, you'll roll like 10 maybe, or 20, something. You know, 16 is such a weird number. All of GW's dice packs, they always used to be 20 dice in them. But miraculously, something happened that made the dice go up in price, but you get less of them. So these days, typical sort of Games Workshop maneuver. So today you will get 16 dice themed after the Fallen House Herpetrax. Now, okay, that looks like that sounds like somebody has had a really unfortunate sexual encounter, and they've contracted House Herpetrax, which is a shame. Good luck to them. With green pips on a pearlescent white background and the sigil of the house on the 6 face. Good. They used to put the sigils on the 1. Games Workshop dice always used to have sigils on a 1, which was absolutely absurd. And they, over time and a lot of bad feedback, I think, got it just a few years ago. They got it into their head that, hey, maybe we should have a 1 or a normal 1, or maybe a skull on the 1, and actually have the main faction logo that you're looking to see, you know, actually on the 6. It's a sign of success rather than failure. That's all for 40k this week. Good. It'll be a weekend where I actually don't spend any money on 40k for once, so that's always welcome. Blood Bowl. Occasionally we get Blood Bowl releases still. This is a game I've never played and have no interest in, but I've seen a lot of people play it, and I know it's a massively popular game. And although I'm a massive Warhammer fan and a huge NFL fan, I just have no interest in Blood Bowl for some reason. So I don't know anything about this, but these are obviously new players in Blood Bowl. Maple Highgrove and Swift-Vine Glimmershard. Get double the star power when Maple Highgrove and Swift-Vine Glimmershard come to Blood Bowl in a pack containing both resin star players who couldn't be less alike. Swift-Vine is a volatile and ruthless spite. Spite or sprite? Okay, I don't know, but it says spite. Known for her frequent bloody outbursts, while Maple, see what they've done there? Maple is a tall and gentle tree man, just starting his Blood Bowl career, for whom the glitz and glamour of the game has not yet been dimmed by violent adversaries and incessant crowds. Well, that will change because Blood Bowl is absolutely brutal from what I understand. And a little bit of Middle-earth as well. Middle-earth, I've everything I've heard about the game for Lord of the Rings is positive. I think some people think it's the best rule set of any game that Games Workshop produce. But the models, they're almost always, or a lot of them are resin, and they're tiny. So it's a bit of a shame because otherwise it'd be something that I might want to get into. And it is a wide range though of miniatures, and they have all sorts of characters from the books and the films, etc. The Oathmaker is apparently the new latest model. I have no idea who this guy is. I can't remember him from the films. Let's find out. When Saruman set out to conquer the lands of Rohan, the first of the Dunlendings to heed his call was a chieftain, now known only as the Oathmaker, who swore to serve the White Wizard even in death. This Forge World resin character makes all other Dunland models nearby fearless, and they fight with even greater fervour while Saruman strides the battlefield alongside them. This miniature was previously available in a pack with 2 other characters. He's now flying solo. So it's not even a new miniature, actually. It's just a repackaging. That's odd. But, yeah, I mean, if you really want him and you didn't want whatever the other 2 characters were, then now's your chance. And then there's obviously White Dwarf coming out. Massive picture of Angron on the cover, and this will be because of the Armageddon story that is coming out now and is part of the new Crusade book that will be released this Saturday. Chaos returns to White Dwarf with a corn-packed issue filled with blood, gore and all the good stuff. Issue 513 delves into the Blood God's background, forms a new combat patrol led by a Slaughterbound, and asks the question we've all been dying to hear the answer to. What does a howling mad World Eaters army, built by a calm and collected world snooker champion, look like? Who's that then? Who's a world snooker champion that likes Warhammer? God, world snooker champion. I don't know who that could be, actually. Well, I will find out because I have a subscription to White Dwarf, so we'll find out soon. It's not confined to the 41st millennium either, as the notorious leader of the Gortide, Korgos Kul, ascends to demonhood with a new Legends War Scroll for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Even the Heresy-era World Eaters get in on the action, and we find out just what the relationship between Khorne and his arch-rival Slaanesh looks like. Korgos Kul, I think, was the sort of chaos leader that you got in the very first launch box for Age of Sigmar, opposite Vandus Hammerhand and his Stormcast, when they were very first released back in must have been 2016. Great model, really great miniature. This is something I'm interested in. A new book coming out as part of the ongoing and never-ending Siege of Terror series. Era of Ruin. This must be the last book that they produced for this series, surely. The Siege of Terror is over, Horus is dead, and the Emperor has been interred on the Golden Throne. A battle-scarred Imperium and those who orbit around it pick through the pieces and discover what comes next in Era of Ruin, a new anthology of 8 short stories by Dan Abnett, ADB, John French, and more. Yeah, I will be picking that up, but not the limited edition. Probably wouldn't even be able to get it or sell out instantly, but I will pick up the hardbound version, definitely, and probably get it on Audible as well, because I've got loads of credits. This incredible tome of fascinating tales following mighty custodians, lowly Imperial Army soldiers, and many more in between will be available to pre-order in a regal special edition featuring a leather effect cover with gold foil details, gilt page edges, and a metal emblem representing the Imperium's tragically ruined future. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and they're just emphasising here, get on the site at 10 a.m. if you really want to get the limited edition, because all the scalpers will be buying this, probably using bots and all sorts of things to get theirs secured, so they can go straight onto eBay for 4 times the price. Yeah, okay, and then we're into the sort of the foreign language reprints. That is actually a new version of an old book, Luther by Gav Thorpe. The classic novels now coming to shelves in a new paperback edition. Yeah, Luther, not that interested in Luther as a character, and I just don't rate Gav Thorpe as an author at all. I don't really read anything he writes. No offence to Gav Thorpe, but he's one of the less revered Black Library authors, I would think, certainly by me. Yeah, we've just got a few more little bits of releases. Sorry, so this is a release on audiobook of a previous novel, and this is an e-short story. You can sign up to a new e-short subscription bundle featuring 5 new short stories starting on Monday the 9th of June, running until the 13th of June. Yeah, so this is Age of Sigmar short stories. If subscribe to those if you are into that kind of thing. And then just the Warhammer Plus stuff for this week. So that is it for this week. Pretty lean pickings, I would think, for most people this week. But I'm guessing the most popular thing will be this book and the limited edition. That's the thing that people will really try to get more than anything else, I would think, even if they aren't interested in it and just want to resell it. So that's it for this week. Let me know in the comments if you want what you will be buying, what you think of this week's pre-orders, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks very much. Bye.